The biggest were the integrity of the agricultural commissioner. Texas Department of Agriculture is a great organization. It's a great, fantastic organization, does lots of great things from the food service, with the schools, all the way down to the weights and measures, everything that you wear, the clothes on your back, the shoes that you wear, everybody's involved in agriculture. What concerned me is when I saw back in May the charges that came down with the chief consultant, with the agriculture commissioner. That came down in May. Commissioner Miller didn't separate himself. He denied, and then the indictments came down in January and he separated himself. And as I started looking in May, I found more and more integrity issues. There were a couple issues where he took an airplane to Oklahoma to go get a Jesus shot. There was another one where he took an airplane to Mississippi to watch a horse race, supposedly on Texas Department of Agriculture's dime, to watch a horse race, and his horse was running in it. So he got fined on that one from the Texas Ethics Commission, but the other one there was insufficient evidence. So if you look, he's been chastised on the floor. He's had his fuel budget has been cut down to, or his travel budget's been cut down to $1,500 from everything. If you look at everything systematically, it would be called pattern misconduct. So what's happening? What happens when you have a representative that's elected, or anybody that's elected? What happens when you have those kind of issues? Well, what happens in those kind of issues is you have to vote them out. If it were in the real world, you would fire him. So when I saw these issues that came up, I decided it's time for me to put my name in the hat. I'm a rancher, I'm a farmer, I'm a fifth generation Texan, I'm an Aggie, and a business owner. My political background, or my background, is about everything that I do in agriculture. That's what I do. I've got about 500 acres with 200 mama cows, and that's what I do for a living. That is being a professor of economics at the college. So that's why I decided to put my name in the hat. I think I can do a better job. I know I can do a better job than what we have in there right now.
You've had promises about Texas land and keeping it out of the hands of foreign investment. How do you do that? I mean, we already have tens of thousands of acres in foreign ownership.
There's 8 states in the United States that outlaw foreign investment in public soil, or in state soil. Texas is not one of them. Once again, we're a follower in the industry instead of being a leader in the industry. I want Texas to be a leader in the industry. There's not a problem with outlawing foreign investment in Texas soil. We're seeing a lot of the windmill farms, legally. We're seeing a lot of the windmill farms. We're seeing a lot of the solar farms come up. They're taking great land away from the farmers that we could use for farming. Now, is there an alternative to that? There is alternatives to that, but I'm also against the public subsidies that we get for that. Those are not self-sustaining entities. So if we go out there and we work hard and we try to get the foreign investors, and put a stop to the foreign investment in public land, and we can stop these investors that are putting the solar farms in there and the wind farms in there on our great farmland, then we have a chance of restoring the farmland.
Inflationary pressures, a big deal to a lot of folks. You know, these days folks actually go to the grocery store and not see product on the shelves sometimes. We know there are new price problems, new inflationary concerns. How do you, in the Office of Ag Commissioner, alleviate some of those issues?
That's a great question, because here I am as an economist. You know, that's a question right up my alley. So there's 2 biggest inflationary mechanisms that everybody deals with on a daily basis. You deal with fuel. Everybody has fuel issues, and it's gone up 30% in the last year. But we also have food, and we're seeing a 20% increase just in the last year in food. One of the things that I want to do when I become agriculture commissioner is I want to go Texan first. And you'll probably remember Susan Combs came out with a great Go Texan program back, 10, 20 years ago. And it was a really phenomenal Texas ag program. It concentrated on all the commodities in Texas. We concentrate those, stamp on those, and these are a Go Texan product. That's sort of been diluted, and now it's more of a global product. We want to bring this back to a more centralized unit where it's a Go Texan product, and we support Texas agriculture. That's one mechanism that we can use to lower inflation, because if you're buying Texas first, we supply to Texas first, then we export when we're done. Another mechanism that we can use you're seeing there's 4 major packing houses, and we're talking about the live animals now. 4 major packing houses that produce 85% of everything you buy. And those 4 major packing houses sort of have a stronghold on the entire economy. And what we're seeing is the consumers are paying more, but the farmers aren't seeing it in the end, so it's all the middleman. One of the things that they're coming out with, and the research has been done in 2 of the northern states, is what we call a co-op program. And in the co-op program, It's a farmer-owned entity, so your beef or your pork or your chicken goes to these co-op programs. It's going to be a little while to get implemented and instituted, but it's in the process and in the works right now. I will get out there and I'll support this program, and I'll make sure that we have the farmer-owned program. It takes a lot of the middleman out of it. Now, it's going to put the squeeze on the big boys, but one of the things it's going to do, it's number one, it's going to raise the prices to the rancher. Number two, you're going to see a price decrease at the store. It is a supply and demand issue, but it's not that we're not producing enough supplies. But a lot of our demand is going overseas. A lot of the supplies are going overseas. We're not able to keep these supplies in the store. So you're going to the grocery store and you're finding the shelves empty. If we do the Go Texan program and supply to our own home first, make sure we take care of our Texans first, then we're in a better situation.
Carey Counsil, thanks so much for Texas Ag Commission. Don't forget the name, Carey Counsil.
Carey Counsil, Council across Texas. Thank you.
For everything, sir.
Thanks, I appreciate it.